Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final week of our time together in ESL 75 pronunciation conversation. We have reached the end and your final exam. This is just a quick recording to walk you through the different tools and resources for your final exam, along with some other notes as we conclude our time together. First and foremost, for those of you unable to make it on Tuesday, today, and then Thursday, you have the recordings as always in the module. So tonight what we will do is I will walk you through the final exam in greater detail thoroughly and go through the questions, and so that you have a good understanding of what the instructions are for each of the parts of the final exam. We'll do that together this evening at 8 o'clock. Excuse me, and then I will also be available on Thursday at 8 o'clock. Should you have any questions, you've started the final and you're stuck and you're not quite sure, I will make it kind of like an office hour format where you can come in and say, hey, teacher, I have a question, and I'm happy to assist you. So that's 8 o'clock tonight, this evening at 8 on Tuesday, and then also again at 8 o'clock on Thursday. You can come by and ask any questions. The recordings for both of those, I don't know if I'll post the recording for Thursday. We'll see, depending upon the answers that I give to students. But I will do my best to post both of those to Canvas. The final exam will begin tonight at 8 o'clock. It'll be open and available all the way through Friday at midnight. That is when you need to complete and submit your final exam, as I need to turn in grades at the beginning of next week. So that's our schedule. Final exam begins tonight, and it'll be open. You have no time limit, as much time as you need to be able to conclude it, no later than Friday at midnight. Now let's take a look at the final exam itself, and I'm going to introduce to you some tools that you can use while you're taking the final. Forgive me for the scrolling, just going all the way to the bottom here. So here's where you can access the recordings, as always. All right, the recordings will be there for you. Now here's the same tools that you've been able to use for all the chapters I'm going to allow you to use on the final exam. The Longman Dictionary, typing words in the Longman Dictionary to hear their pronunciation, and then also to see how they are pronounced in terms of the IPA. When you look up a word, remember you can look up in terms of the IPA how that word is spelt and pronounced. Now remember, red is British English.
Word.
And blue is American English.
Word.
So you want the blue. We're going to go off of American English. But in any case, you want to hear the pronunciation. You have that there. That's the Longman Dictionary. The Interactive IPA Vowel and Consonant Sound Chart. That's this. If you want to hear those different consonant sounds and vowel sounds, you can do so there. Google, as we've talked about, being able to practice your pronunciation and see where syllable stress lies. That's a great tool. And then the pronunciation guide as it relates to the IPA. So these are all tools, primarily these first two, that you are encouraged and welcome to use as you take the final exam. Next is the study guide for the final. Oops. Next is the study guide for the final exam. Essentially, it's the last few pages of the index in your textbook, the Well Said textbook. But you can kind of use this as a guide and as a reference. We talked about this on Thursday of last week, and we'll go over it in greater detail in terms of the rules that dictate where syllable stress goes based on whether it's a verb or a noun and the amount of syllables in the verb and noun. There's some rules that we identified with regard to where syllable stress goes. So that's page A4. A4 is particularly valuable as it relates to the rules that we've looked at with regard to syllable stress. Patterns in terms of suffixes, right? Where the syllable stress goes with common suffixes in English. You can use that as a reference. That'll show up a lot in your final exam. Where the syllable stress goes based on the suffix. And that's it. And then your final exam, which we'll go ahead and take a look at real quick. Your final exam, again, begins tonight. You have until Friday at midnight to complete it. You have no time limit at all. So take as much time, and please make sure that you do not submit your final exam before you check all of your answers. You only get one submission, so you want to make sure that, that all your answers are indeed correct or to the best of your ability. You only have one attempt on this, so please review your responses before you submit. The correct answers will become available after midnight, so starting on Saturday. And again, you're encouraged to use those online resources that we've identified. You're encouraged to use those. However, your phones or digital translators, please do not use those. Just the tools that we've identified here in the useful tools section. It is worth 85 points, and there are 25 questions. Okay, good. I'm not sharing correct answers because I just want to make sure. So I will go over the final exam in greater detail with you tonight, but I would just say take your time, don't rush, and make sure that you utilize the study guide to guide you for a lot of these. You can go back if you would like, open up another tab, and you can go to some of the practice exercises for the particular chapters. Take a look at your responses. You're welcome to do that. I would hope that you would do that. So take your time as you go through, double check before you submit, and again, make sure that you submit before midnight. And that's it, everybody. I just want to say that it's been a pleasure to work with you throughout the past quarter, for those of you that have been with us just since the start of this class, and semester for those of you that have been a part of both 65 and 75. It's been a joy for me to teach this class. This is the first time I've actually taught pronunciation and conversation. I've really, really enjoyed it a lot. I hope that you've learned a good deal and that you feel like your pronunciation has improved, even if it's just markedly over the past few weeks and months. I hope that you've learned some strategies that you will take with you and continue to implement as you improve your pronunciation, whether that's stress or rhythm or consonant sounds or vowel sounds or the identification of thought groups and focus words. I mean, we have covered a lot of material in a very short amount of time. And the last thing I'll leave you with is my service to you does not end tonight. I would be happy to write a letter of recommendation for you as you progress through our ESL program, as you enter your other programs at LMC. Many of you have expressed a desire to pursue nursing or computer science, engineering, child development, and I think those are wonderful programs, and there are many different programs, other classes that you'll take, just general education that I hope that you enjoy here at Los Bananos College. And should you continue your studies to a four-year university, I would also be more than pleased to write you a letter of recommendation for that university or even in your jobs, in your professional life. Again, my service to you does not end tonight. So with that, I wish you good luck on your final exam. I wish you a safe and joyful holiday, whatever holiday that you celebrate, given your faith, and that you enjoy the time with your families. Please do keep in touch. If you would like to keep in touch with me, here is my contact information. Email is certainly the best. And most importantly, I look forward to seeing you in person, perhaps in another class here in the near future. Take care.